He is a tobacco-free school district. Tobacco products and alcohol beverages are not permitted on school property. Signs other than the official school banner or the use of any type of noisemakers are strictly prohibited. We hope you will enjoy tonight's contest and support our efforts to respect human dignity by promoting good citizenship and sportsmanship in high school interscholastic athletics. Attention fans, you have friends and family who want to follow along or can't be here today or live out of town? Well, the game is being broadcast live on YouTube by our best-in-class Atomic TV program. To watch the game, head to youtube.com and search for Atomic TV for all the action. On deck, a crosstown throwdown. Falcons, Bombers, next.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Atomic TV's coverage of Mid-Columbia Conference Baseball here live from Bomber Field on the campus of Richland High School, home with a six-time and defending Washington State 4A champion, your Richland Bombers. Richland takes on the Hanford Falcons today. Hanford enters with a 3-0 record. Richland a 1-2 record for the first time since 2022, entering in any stretch with a losing record. Hanford today enters 3-0. Like I said, they've played Ridgeline twice and Gonzaga Prep once. Ridgeline being defeated 17-7 both times back on the 15th of March. And Gonzaga Prep, Hanford won on a walk-off against G Prep 7-6 up in North Richland. A walk-off double by Rafael Gonzalez to center field. The Richland Bombers struggled to get going off the right track so far after their 2024 perfect season and their sixth state championship. Beat Woodinville by the same score that the Hanford Falcons beat the Ridgeline Falcons, 17-7, here on the 15th, and dropped the second game of that day to Mount Spokane by a score of 6-3. And then last week, a constant heavy downpour all day on Friday. Only got one game against Lake City in and lost by a score of 9-8. Take a look around the diamond for your Richland Bombers. Actually, we'll start with their Hanford Falcons. Their starting lineup, as announced by head coach Jamie Miracle in his fifth season. A 46-45 record overall, including 3-0 this season. The 1985 and 1987 state champions in the 3A classification. Derek Rowe will lead things off for Hanford. He'll play short. Asa Perks will monitor center field, and he'll bat second. Ty Repko patrol second base, and he'll bat third. Dalton Jankin will be at first. He'll bat fourth. Will Worley, the conference leader in RBI, will bat fifth, and he'll play the fifth hole. That's third base. Rafael Gonzalez will catch today. He'll bat sixth. Easton Bush will play left field. He'll bat seventh. Dalton Higgins will designated hit for the starting pitcher, Trevor Kaiser. And Gavin Towndrow will play second, and he will bat ninth. So we get both managers out with our umpires for today. Grant Richardson offering his lineup, his 12th season at the helm of the Richland Bombers, a 183-87 record, Richland High class graduate of 2001, and of course the winners of the 2018 and 2024 4A state championships. His lineup looks like this. Dylan Parrott will lead off. He'll play second. Caden Castro will play center. He'll bat second. Carter Uppmeyer will monitor shortstop. He'll bat third. Michael Ravel will pitch today, and he'll bat cleanup. Hayden Galloway will be behind the dish, and he'll bat fifth. Jacob Brandon will play left field today. He'll bat sixth. Jackson Woodard will play the hot corner. He'll bat seventh. Braylon Edwards will play first, and he'll bat eighth. And rounding out the lineup for your Richland Bombers, Colson Mackey, he will play right field, and he will bat ninth. Only 3 games for these two squads under their belts so far this 2025 season. The Hanford Falcons were going to play last Friday as well in that downpour, the constant heavy rain across the Tri-Cities. They canceled their game against Moses Lake that Friday due to inclement weather that Lake City and Richland had to trudge through. Also rescheduled was Kennewick's game at Roy Johnson Field. They rescheduled to noon on Saturday, the 22nd. And Kamaikan and University called their game out at LaPierre Field after 4 innings of play, and Kamaikan dropping that contest by a score of 4-3. Before the Bombers take the field, we'll show you where they line up. 325 down the left field line, 355 straightaway center here at Bomber Field, and 318 short porch to right. Again, Hayden Galloway behind the dish, Jackson Woodard at third, Carter Upmeyer at short, Dylan Parrott at second, Braylon Edwards at first, Jacob Brandon in left, Caden Castro in center field, and Colson Mackey in right. And then Michael Ravel on the bump for your Richland Bombers.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask you please rise and remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Thank you. Here come your Richland Bombers.
Let me say yeah. Let me say yeah.
Welcome back to Atomic TV's live coverage of Mid-Columbia Conference Baseball. Right here from Bomber Field. On the mound today for your Richland Bombers is Michael Ravel, the junior right-handed pitcher. 5 innings pitched so far this season, 5 hits surrendered, 8 runs. 4 of those have been earned, 8 walks, and a 5.6 ERA, and 7 punch-outs on the year. That's good for 7th in the conference so far these 2 weeks into the 2025 season. Again, leading off for the Hanford Falcons will be Derek Rowe, the sophomore, 2 of 10 on the year so far, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, 2 RBI, and 5 runs scored.
Leading off for Hanford, shortstop number 5, Derek Rowe.
So this steps Derek Rowe to get things off here live from Bomber Field. A beautiful 76-degree day, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, a far cry from the last 2 weekends here in the Tri-Cities with wind and rain, respectively. And we'll get the first pitch from Michael Ravel. That one ripped to left center field. Going back to get it is Jacob Brandon. He can't. And that will drop in for a single from Derek Rowe, for double for Derek Rowe to lead things off here in the ball game.
76 degrees.
That was Rowe's third hit of the season, his first double of the campaign.
Number 11, Asa Perks.
And there's a runner on second here with nobody out. Ball inside for ball one to Asa Perks. Asa 3 for 8 on the season. 4 walks, 1 strikeout, and 1 run batted in. And one catches the outside corner for strike 1. Elsewhere around the MCC today, Kamaikan is down in Hermiston to play the Bulldogs. Walla Walla is in Pasco to play the other Bulldogs of the Mid-Columbia Conference. And the Southridge Suns are out in Pasco to play the Chiawana Riverhawks. We'll give you updates from those contests as they become available throughout this evening. The 1-1. In the dirt to Perks, and it's 2-1 count here on the junior. Ravel evens the count up with that breaking ball. 2-2 count here to Perks. These two teams know each other better than pretty much anybody in the conference, being in the same town, playing on the same Little League teams, or against each other in Richland National and Greater Richland, all up through the middle school ranks. Now one in there for strike 3 looking, and the first punch out of the day from Micah Ravel goes to Asa Perks. And steps Ty Repko.
Stepping in, second baseman number 17, Ty Repko.
Runner on second for Repko here. 9 of 12 on the season. A very hot start for Repko. 2 doubles, 8 RBI, and 6 runs scored. And there for a strike, Ravel evens the count up at a ball and a strike. Again, Ravel's first 2 starts against Mount Spokane and Woodinville, one in 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts, and the second one against Lake City. Constant rain, a little bit of wind to begin that ball game, but only lasted 3 and 2 innings in those games respectively. A perfect day right here as he pops that one, grounds that one, flips it over to first to his friend Braylon Edwards for out number 2. Runner does move over to third in Derek Rowe.
Coming to the plate, first baseman number 9, Dalton Jenkins.
Dalton Jenkins now in the box for the Falcons, 4 and 7 on the year, 571 batting average. Early threat here from the Falcons as Jenkins takes first pitch ball for Micah Ravel. As a team, the Falcons batting .430 thus far this season, averaging 13 runs a game and 11 hits per game, a 106 OPS. Jenkins takes that second strike down the pipe, 0-2 against Ravel here in the top of the first. Runner on is Derek Rowe on third base, only 90 feet away. The 0-2 swings through that one for strike three, and after letting up the opening double, he fans two more and gets another to ground out. We go to the bottom of the first. First ups for your Richland Bombers when we come back here on Atomic TV.
On the mound for Hanford, number 42, Trevor Kaiser. Leading out for the Bomb Squad, second baseman, number 23, Dylan Perez.
Welcome back to Bomber Field. Here's bottom of the first inning, here on Atomic TV between the Falcons and your Richland Bombers. Leading on things off for the Richland Bombers will be Dylan Parrott. His first game leading things off this season for the Bombers. Swings through the first pitch, offering from Trevor Kaiser on the mound for the Hanford Falcons. 7 2/3 innings pitched this season, 7 hits surrendered, 9 runs surrendered, only 5 of those were earned, 8 walks, a 4.86 ERA, and 9 strikeouts. Those 9 strikeouts good for 6th in the conference to begin these first 2 weeks of action. Dylan quickly down 0-2 and fouls that one away to receive another 0-2 pitch here from Kaiser. Parrott drawing 6 walks thus far in 3 games. That one chopped towards the 6 hole. Fielded and thrown over to first. Not in time as Dylan Parrott beats out the infield single to start the Bombers off, just like the Falcons did with a runner on.
Now batting, center field number 6, Caden Castro.
Like I said, Dylan Parrott, 6 walks on the season, didn't need a walk to reach first that time, his second hit of the season. In steps Caden Castro, squares around a bunt, and Trevor Kaiser puts one high and inside on the former Falcon. Castro 3 for 9 this season. Pickoff attempt at first, trying to get Parrott back. Castro already has 2 of the Bombers' 3 extra base hits this season. A double and a triple. So around the bunt again, pops that one up though, and Kaiser will snag it for out number 1.
Coming to the plate, shortstop number 3, Carter Uppmeyer.
Now the senior shortstop will step in, Carter Uppmeyer. 3 for 11 to begin the season. 1 down, 1 runner on for Richland. First quick strike delivered from Kaiser. Falcons have used Kaiser each of the past 2 weekends. Kaiser went for 104 pitches against Ridgeline, their first game of the year. Only went for 68 last weekend, or 2 weekends ago, I should say, against Gonzaga Prep. Hanford and G Prep actually played on Thursday before the rains came in on Friday, so they got their game in. Breaking ball misses the zone high for ball 2. Another offering to get Parrott back at first. Upmeyer swings through that for strike 2. Evens up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fouls that one off to keep himself alive. Upmeyer last season a .284 hitter. .21 runs scored, 16 RBI. We'll get another 2-2 from Kaiser. That one hit into left field, but right at Easton Bush for out number 2. Hard hit ball put in play, but right to Easton Bush. That'll bring up the pitcher, Michael Ravel.
Stepping in, the pitcher, number 26, Michael Ravel.
Mike 0 for 6 so far, but does have 6 walks drawn this season. Has 2 RBI and 3 runs scored. Bombers drawing a conference-leading 32 walks in 3 games. One inside for the first strike of the AB. There it goes. Ravel bounces it over to Towndrow, and he flips over to the first baseman for out number 3. So 1 hit, 1 left on, no runs and no errors for the Bombers. We go to the top of the second, tied at 0.
Leading out for the Falcons, third baseman number 4, Will Worley.
We're back to Bomber Field. Here as we go to the top of the second frame. Will Worley leading things off for the Falcons. Worley 4 for 9 so far this season. Takes first pitch above his helmet for ball 1. Worley tied with Hayden Galloway in runs batted in atop the conference with 9. Galloway leading the offensive barrage for the Bombers this season. He'll lead off the bottom of the second inning. The umpire gives Galloway some time to recover off that foul tip. One in the inside corner, but swung through for strike two. 1-2 here on Worley. Worley, the junior, 444 average, 9 RBI, like I said, and 3 runs scored. That one outside, trying to get Worley to chase. 2-2 the count from Ravel. Worley swings through that one for strike 3, and already Michael Ravel's third punch out of the game.
Now batting, catcher number 21, Rafael Gonzalez.
In steps Rafael Gonzalez, the Falcon catcher, the hero of the last game that the Falcons played against the Gonzaga Prep Bullpups. And a walk-off double in the bottom of the 7th to center field to score Repco. Quickly down 0-2 here against Ravel. Next with that one, right back up the middle, and Gonzalez will reach on the single.
Stepping in, left field number 24, Easton Bush.
Brings up Easton Bush for the Falcons. We're going to get a courtesy runner at first base for Rafael Gonzalez. If I can read the back of the jersey correctly, I believe that's number 10. Wait to get verification.
Courtesy running at first base, number 19, Owen Beaver.
19, looks like 10, Owen Beaver. The freshman will step in and run for Rafael Gonzalez. So 1 on 1 down here in the top of the second. Right back to the first baseman, Braylon Edwards, but he goes right through his glove. And a too hot to handle play to first base will let both runners advance.
Coming to the plate, DH number 18, Dallin Higgins.
Now 2 runners on for Hanford, and only 1 down. Great double play opportunity if it didn't bounce off of Braylon's glove, but a TH in that situation. Dallin Higgins now in the box for Hanford, 1 for 4 this season. Designated hitter for Trevor Kaiser. Pickoff move to second base, and he gets by the shortstop Upmeyer and to the center fielder Caden Castro. The 1, that's fouled away to the right side for strike 2. So Higgins down 0-2, Ravel 2 on, 1 down. A breaking ball in there for strike 3, and Higgins is the 4th strikeout victim from Ravel this ball game.
Now batting, second baseman number 1, Gavin Towndrow.
Bring up the junior Gavin Towndrow, patrolling second base for Hanford today. 1 for 7 this season, 4 walks, 2 RBI, 5 runs scored. Another offering to get the runner back at second. Goes into the outfield again. And the runner at second, the courtesy runner, Owen Beaver. First pitch to Towndrow in there for strike 1. That one connected with and shallow, actually shortstop, and that will be grabbed by Carter Upmeyer for out number 3. So the Falcons threaten again, but they're sat down. No runs cross the plate. We'll go to the bottom half of the second inning. Still scoreless here from Bomber Field.
Leading off for the Bombers, catcher number 5, Hayden Galloway.
Welcome back to Bomber Field. We go to the bottom half of the second inning. Hayden Galloway leading things off for the Richland Bombers. Galloway, the junior catcher for the Green and Gold, led the conference the majority of last season in average. And ended up with a .362 batting average before all was said and done last season. 5 for 11 this season. Check swing there, but a strike in there anyway. .455 batting average so far, good for 15th in the conference. And only 3 games under the belt for the Mid-Columbia Conference schools. That one hit to right field. Will it stay fair? No, it will not. It will go foul for strike 2. Told you Caden Castro had 2 of the Bombers' 3 extra base hits this season. Hayden Galloway has the other one. A double in the first weekend of play. Had 9 RBI, like I said, conference tied for the conference lead with Will Worley of the Falcons. The 2-2. Waste that pitch does Kaiser. Try to get Galloway to chase, and it's 3-2. I think Galloway did lead the conference in at the end of everything last season was walks. Drew 21 walks on the season. That one hit to right field. And battling the sun is Repko, but he will squeeze it for out number 1.
Coming in plate, left field 24, Jake Brennan.
And steps the senior left fielder here, Jake Brandon. Brandon 3 for 8 so far the 2025 campaign. 5 walks drawn, good for second on the team. Three RBI and 4 runs scored. Outside from Kaiser, evens the count up at a ball and a strike. Got away a strike 2 now to Brandon, 1-2. Outside again from Kaiser. Evens the count up. Connects with that one, but late and down the right field side for a foul ball. High fastball gets Brandon for the second out of the inning.
Stepping in, third baseman number 2, Jackson Woodard.
Kaiser's second strikeout of the day. Jackson Woodard now steps in for Richland. Woodard 4 for 9 so far this season. .615 on base percentage, good for second on the team behind Dylan Parrott. 3 RBIs, 1 run scored. Quickly goes 0-2 to Kaiser. Kaiser getting in front of Bomber hitters early and then breaking balls in the dirt to get him a chase. That one on the outside corner for strike 3. And the Bombers go 1-2-3 here in the second. Go to the top of the third. Still scoreless here from Bomber Field.
Leading off the third for the Falcons, shortstop number 5, Derek Rowe.
Go back to Bomber Field, still scoreless as we head into the third frame. Shadow starting to creep in between the battery. Shadow of Fran-Rich Stadium. Derek Rowe leading things off for the Falcons, the top of the Falcon lineup. 1 for 1 today. Took the first pitch from Ravel to left center field. Gets the outside corner, evens the count up at a ball and a strike. Kaiser so far 31 pitches through 2 innings, and Ravel sitting at 28 before these 3 delivered to Derek Rowe. A check swing, he indeed went. He was count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Breaking ball on the inside corner. Got Rowe's knees to buckle, but just 2 inside for a strike. Count runs full here from Ravel. One chopped foul of the third base. Two in there for a ball, and Rowe will take first base to lead off the third, just like he did in the first.
Coming to the plate, center fielder number 11, Asa Perks.
Asa Perks steps back into the box for Hanford. Perks was Ravel's first strikeout victim of the ball game. Takes first pitch strike in this at bat. Breaking ball doesn't get the zone, evens the count up at a ball and a strike. Falcons have 7 stolen bases on the season, none of which belong to Derek Rowe, who sits at first base. And time granted very late from the home plate umpire. Time was granted. Derek Rowe thought a balk was called, so Rowe will go back to first. Count stays at a ball and a strike to Perks. Perks squares around a bunt. Ravel goes over to first to get Rowe back. Outside corner there for strike 2 on Perks. Ravel working considerably slower than Kaiser will, or than Kaiser has in this game. Perks swings through that one for strike 3. In his first 2 at-bats, he's sat down swinging both times.
Stepping in, second baseman number 17, Ty Repko.
Brings up Ty Repko for the Hanford Falcons. He's
Check
also
right fielder.
takes first pitch ball here from Ravel. Repko grounded out to Ravel on a slow dribbler back to the mound in the first. Still a hot start for the sophomore. Nice contact there, but again, fouled down the left field line for strike 2. Excuse me, Repko, a junior, owns 2 of the Falcons' 7 doubles in the 25 season. The 1-2. That chop toward the left side. Woodard will gather. He'll fire over to first. Not in time to get Repko. And just as Parrott got on, beating out an infield hit, so will Repko here in the bottom of the third.
Now batting, first baseman number 9, Dalton Jenkins.
Jenkins now stepping in for for Hanford. Facing Ravel for the second time, that ball in the dirt. 0-1 here to Jenkins. Struck out his first time up. That one finds the outside corner for strike 1. Ball outside there, gets away from Galloway a little bit. Galloway tries to get the runner Rowe at third, but just a little bit too late. Now runners are on the corners here with 1 down for Hanford. One outside and in the dirt. Galloway did his best to backhand it. Runner does advance. We'll see what the first and third situation is here for Hanford. And the runners will now be on all the bases. Bases loaded here for the first time tonight for Hanford. Runners at every bag here for Hanford. Will Worley stepping in for the Falcons. 400 hitter on the year. And just misses outside for ball 1. Worley struck out his first time up against Ravel. Swings through the second offering from Ravel. He moves up a count of the ball and a strike. Two and one here to Worley. Ravel still working from the stretch. That one must be low of the zone. 3 balls and 1 strike here on Worley. One high in the zone, and the first run will cross the plate for Hanford.
Now batting, catcher number 21, Rafael Gonzalez.
Hanford catcher Rafael Gonzalez now in the box for the Falcons. Gonzalez singled on the ground ball to center last time up. Hanford has Repko at third, Jenkin at second, and Worley at first. And low the zone for ball one. Breaking ball doesn't break enough and is on the inside part of the plate. Outside the part, inside the part of the plate, actually. Count goes 2-1 here on Ravel. One evens the count up at a ball, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hits the outside corner with a fastball. Ravel's 9th walk of the season was surrendered. 5th earned run in 2025. That one chopped to Woodard. He'll tag third and throw home, and the runner will score. That is Repko will score the Falcons' 2nd run of the game, and Jenkin out at third on the tag from Woodard. So fielder's choice for Gonzalez, and it's 2-0 Hanford here in the bottom, or the top, excuse me, of the 3rd.
Courtesy running at first base, number 19, Owen Beaver.
Owen Beaver back to courtesy run for the Falcons at first for Rafael Gonzalez. Easton Bush now in the box for Hanford with 2 down and 2 on. 2 runners across the plate here in the top of the 3rd. Bush swings through that one. Evens count up, put a ball on a strike. So after throwing 28 pitches in the first 2, Ravel now sitting at 58 total pitches. Steps off the mound here to regroup. It's Bush to swing through the 2nd strike. 1-2 here for Ravel. That one just off the plate to the outside for ball 2. That one connected with and flown to right field. Mackey took a first step back, but Parrott is there to grab it for out number 3. So 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left for Hanford. We go to the bottom half of the 2nd inning. Hanford 2, Richland 0. Welcome back here to Bomber Field. We go to the bottom half of the third inning. Braylon Edwards in for Richland to lead things off for the Bombers. First pitch ball taken from Kaiser, and evens the count up at a ball and a strike now. Some scores from around the MCC. Kamaikan ahead of Hermiston down in Oregon at the top of the third inning by a score of 2-0. That one chopped towards third base and thrown. Ball gets away from first baseman. And Edwards, will reach safely. So first runner on for Richland, that was Worley over to Jenkin. Jenkin couldn't quite squeeze it. There's a high chopper towards Worley at third. In steps Colson Mackey. Runner goes, bunt laid down, but foul.
Number 12, Colson Mackey.
Another score is Walla Walla up 3-0 on Pasco in the bottom of the third inning. Gets you a score from Chiawana and Southridge. And went inside, evens the ball up, count up at a ball and a strike. That one laid down, fouled again from Mackey, so Mackey will swing away. Score from Pasco, Southridge 3, Chiawana 1, midway through the fourth inning. Mackey swings through that one for strike 3, and the first Bomber is sat down from Kaiser here in the third.
Coming to the plate, second baseman number 23, Dylan Parrott.
Dylan Parrott into the box for Richland, the top of the Bomber lineup. Edwards at first, and that one right over to third baseman Worley's head. And Parrott will put that in shallow left for a single. Good piece of hitting there from Parrott.
Now batting center field number 6, Caden Castro.
Castro back in the box for Richland. Only one down, 2 on. Here in the bottom of the third, takes first pitch outside for a strike. Castro 0 for 1 today. 3 for 10 early this season. Again, the conference opening game for both of these squads. This Friday, the Bombers will travel to Kennewick and play the Lions at Roy Johnson Field at 4 and 6 o'clock. And the Hanford Falcons will host the Pasco Bulldogs up in North Richland, also at 4 and 6. That one fouled away. And count goes even on Castro. Elsewhere this Friday, Southridge will go to Walla Walla, for 2 games. Hermiston will come up to Pasco to play at Chiawana. 2-2 here to Castro. That one hits Castro on the arm, and the bases are loaded full of Bombers here in the bottom half of the third. One down here for Richland. Bases loaded, full of Bombers. Carter Upmeyer now in the box for Richland. Upmeyer 0 for 1 today against Kaiser. Bombers duplicating what the Falcons did to them in the top of the inning. Hoping to put as many or if not more runs across. And outside, count goes 2-0 to Upmeyer. That one over the first baseman's head. That will drop in for a single. Coming home to score the first run is Braylon Edwards. Coming around third and heading home is Dylan Parrott. And the Bombers have tied this ball game up here in the bottom half of the third inning. So a 2 RBI double there for Carter Upmeyer ties the ball game up at 2, and that will necessitate a mound visit. Carter Upmeyer's first 2 RBI of the season and his first double. Coach Jamie Miracle coming off the mound, talking to his pitcher, and I'll be pitcher on pitcher here. With runners at second and third, 1 down. Ravel trying to help his own cause at the plate.
Number 26, Michael Ravel.
Ravel still looking for his first hit this season, but does have 6 walks. And there's a spot open for Ravel on the base path. Takes first pitch ball on the inside from Kaiser. Sort of like Ravel did in the top, Kaiser does in the bottom. Kaiser at 47 pitches after throwing 31 the first 2 innings. Second pitch from Kaiser, strike on the outside. He was count up with the ball on a strike. Ravel with 11 RBI in the 24 campaign. Makes contact with that one to left center field. Will it drop? No, it will not. It'll be caught, but the run comes home and throws the throw, and the throw will be high and lets Castro score from third. And the Bombers take the lead here in Richland by a score of 3-2. Ravel doesn't get his first hit, but gets his 3rd RBI. And Caden Castro scores his 5th run of the year. So 2 down here in the bottom for the Bombers. Runner at third for Hayden Galloway at the plate. Outside for ball 2. Galloway 0 for 1 today. Faced Kaiser last inning. Faces him 2-0 here. One fouled straight back. Runner at third is Upmeyer. Pitch to Galloway outside. 3 balls and 1 strike. Hayden will take first base on 4 balls from Kaiser. We got a courtesy runner here for Galloway. It'll be number 11, Drayson Elfring.
Number 11, Drayson Elfring.
Elfring has been the courtesy runner the first 3 games and continues to do it now as Galloway draws the walk. His 4th walk of the season, 5th walk of the season drawn. Now Brandon will step in with 2 on and chops that one to the shortstop. That's Rowe. He gathers and bobbles it, and runners will reach, and Upmeyer will score for the 4th run of the ball game. So routine chop with a second, or the short, excuse me, bobbled by Rowe. And the 4th run of the ball game comes across the plate. Something that the Bombers struggled with early in the season, first 3 games of which was getting runners across. They've loaded the bases multiple times this season. And this time they loaded them and brought all 4 home. Actually, all 3 home plus an extra with Upmeyer's 2 RBI double. Woodard swings through that one for strike 2. It's Hanford's 8th error committed this season. That one fouled off. Hanford committing 4 errors against Gonzaga Prep last Thursday afternoon up in North Richland. On the flip side, in the rain and the wind here in Central Richland, Bombers committing 5 of their 9 this season against Lake City. A couple of crucial pop-up errors in that defeat. That one in there for strike 3, and Woodard is sat down looking. But 4 runs come across the plate, and the Bombers take a 4-2 lead heading into the 4th inning.
Now pitching for Richland, number 20, Drew Shaw.
We'll go back to Bomber Field. We go to the top of the 4th inning, and will be a new pitcher facing the Falcons for the Richland Bombers, and number 20, Drew Schock. The senior has 3 1/3 innings pitched this season, 4 hits, 4 runs. Only one of those was earned. One walk, given up on the season, a 2.10 ERA, and 2 strikeouts thus far this season.
For Hanford, DH number 18, Dallin Higgins.
He'll face Dallin Higgins to begin the 4th. Michael Ravel's final line here, 3 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 runs. Both of them were earned, 2 walks and 5 strikeouts. 59 pitches and 38 of which were strikes. First pitch ball delivered from Schock. one chopped right back up to Upmeyer. Upmeyer charging and throws over to first for out number 1.
Coming to the plate, second baseman number 1, Gavin Towndrow.
Gavin Towndrow now back in the box for Hanford. The number 9 hitter for the Falcons, 0 for 1 today, but again, first time facing Drew Schock, takes first pitch strike. Schock working quicker than Ravel did, trying to keep the Falcon hitters off balance a little bit. 1-1 inside, high and inside, 2-1 the count here for Schock to Towndrow. One in there evens the ball count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. That one chopped to the third base side, to the left of the third base, however, for a foul ball. Breaking ball in there for strike 3, and Towndrow sits down and becomes Drew Schock's 3rd strikeout victim of the 25 campaign.
Now batting, shortstop number 5, Derek Rowe.
And steps the Falcon leadoff hitter, Derek Rowe. Rowe 1 for 1 with a walk today. Came around to score for Hanford. Takes that pitch down the left field line. Again, another foul ball. So Rowe falls behind quickly, 0-2 to Schock. Two breaking balls can't locate. 2 balls and 2 strikes here on Rowe with 2 down. Swings through that one for strike 3, and Drew Schock sits down 3 Falcon hitters here in the top of the 4th. We head to the bottom. Bombers still lead 4-2.
Leading out for the Bombers, first baseman number 4, Braylon Edwards.
Welcome back to Bomber Field. Bottom of the 4th inning here between the Falcons and the Bombers. MCC Baseball here live on Atomic TV. Braylon Edwards stepping in, leading off the inning just like he did last inning, and puts that into left field for a leadoff single. So Edwards leading off both innings here, the third and the fourth, reaching safely.
Now batting right fielder number 12, Colson Mackey.
And brings up the senior right fielder, Colson Mackey. Kaiser sitting at 61 pitches. That bunt offering fouled off into the Richland dugout. So 62 pitches here for Kaiser. Again, he went 104 pitches against Ridgeline, and then around 65 against Gonzaga Prep. In that game against the Gonzaga Prep, Kaiser threw 4 wild pitches for a total of 5 on the year. That bunt can't be laid down by Mackey again, and it's 0-2 here on the senior. One high and outside. 1 ball, and 2 strikes on Mackey. Mackey 0 for 1 today, searching for his first hit of the 25 campaign. Swings through that one for strike 3. So 1 down and 1 on. We go back to the top of the lineup for Richland.
Dylan Perez.
Dylan Parrott now stepping back in the box. Two for 2 on the day. Third time facing Kaiser. That first pitch inside for a ball. And 1 high in the zone, but just clips enough of it for strike 1. Parrott swings through that one, and quickly there's 2 strikes here on Parrott. And with 1 down, Richland has 6 steals on the day, but none of them belong to Edwards. But he does go with a hit and run on. Edwards will reach second. Over to first goes Parrott. He tries to slide under the tag, but is tagged out at first base for out number 2. Like Grant Richardson is going to ask for help from the home plate umpire. So we'll quickly have a discussion. After a quick discussion, Parrott is ruled out at first. Fans at home can rewind that and be your own judge of that call. So 2 down here for Castro.
Number 6, Caden Castro.
Castro 0 for 1. Does have a runner in scoring position here with 2 down. Swings to the first pitch from Kaiser for strike 1. One way outside. He needs to count up in a ball and a strike. On a high in the zone, but taken for a strike, just like it was on Parrott. So 1 ball and 2 strikes here on Castro. 2 down, runner at second is Braylon Edwards. Now 1 is high of the zone this time, and count even at 2. It's Kaiser's 73rd pitch of the ball game. Castro swings through that one, and Kaiser strikes out Castro to end the inning. The Bombers threaten a little bit, but get no runs across the plate. Still hold on to a 4-2 lead as we go to the 5th.
Leading off the 5th for the Falcons, center field number 11, Asa Perks.
Welcome back to Bomber Field. We go to the top half of the 5th inning. Asa Perks will lead things off for the Falcons. Perks 0 for 2 today, facing Drew Schock for the first time. Connects with that first pitch, and that will be into left center field for a leadoff single from Asa Perks.
Stepping in, right field number 17, Ty Repko.
So in steps Repko here with a runner on. The first pitch is driven foul to the Richland batting cages for strike one. Next with that one into right field. That will drop in front of right fielder Colson Mackey. He'll gather and fire into third base, and that will let Repko get to second. And just like that, there's 2 runners on at second and third here in the top of the 5th.
Now batting, first base number 9, Dalton Jenkins.
So in steps Dalton Jenkins for the third time. Nobody down here for Schock. Runners at second and third. And high of the zone for a first pitch ball. Schock evens up the count at a ball and a strike. All right, back up to Schock, over his glove, Upmeyer will field and get the first out at first. Not after a great effort there from Edwards to grab the throw that was over his head, but the third run for the Falcons comes across the plate, and it's a 1-run ball game.
Now batting, third baseman number 4, Will Worley.
Worley takes first pitch breaking ball in there for a strike. Worley to the left side. That's grounded by Woodard over to first base for out number 2, but the tying run comes across in Ty Repko. So 2 straight fielders' choices tie the ball game up at 4 runs apiece.
Now batting, catcher number 21, Rafael Gonzalez.
Gonzalez takes first pitch, and that's popped over to Edwards, and Edwards will gather and step on first for out number 3. So 2 hits, 2 runs come across for Hanford. Go to the bottom half of the 5th inning, all tied up at 4 here from Bomber Field.
Leading out for Richland, shortstop number 3, Carter Ruppmeyer.
Welcome back to Bomber Field as we go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Carter Ruppmeyer will lead things off for the Bombers. He'll face Trevor Kaiser for the 4th time today. Excuse me, 3rd time today. Kaiser still on the hill for Hanford. He's currently at 75 pitches thrown. Again, high school rules, 105 pitch max. Ruppmeyer hits that one into the infield. And over to second baseman Towndrow. Squeezes it for out number 1.
Coming to the plate, number 26, Michael Ravel.
So I'll pop out to second for Ruppmeyer to lead things off for Richland. Michael Ravel into the box. Today's starter 0 for 2 today, but did have an RBI. Ball's in the dirt, and 2-0 here to Ravel. That one hit hard but high and in shallow short. And dropping it is Derek Rowe for his 2nd error of the ball game. That'll be called infield fly, and the batter will be out.
Yeah, there you go. Terrible call.
So Michael Ravel out on the infield fly.
Catcher number 5, Hayden
Galloway will be up for the Bombers with 2 down. Pitch in there from Kaiser for strike one on Galloway. Galloway 0 for 1 with a walk in his first 2 plate appearances against Kaiser. Second strike of the at-bat given to Kaiser. Looks like high part of the zone is open today. And that one on the outside corner for strike 3. So 1, 2, 3 go the Bombers in the 5th. We go to the 6th. Still a tie ball game at 4-4 here from Bomber Field.
Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Get out, Cotton Eye Joe. Nothing very long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
Now pitching for Richland, number 4, Braylon Edwards.
Welcome back to Bomber Field. We go to the top half of the 6th inning. Braylon Edwards will now toe the rubber for Richland. Edwards only 2 innings pitched thus far this season. 2 hits given up, 2 runs. Both of them were earned, 3 walks, and 5 strikeouts. He pitched the first weekend of the year in those blustery conditions back on the 15th. And Drew Schock exits the game, 2 innings pitched, 2 hits, 2 runs across, and they were both earned. No walks and 2 strikeouts. Schock working on 24 pitches. 16 of those were strikes. So Edwards will face Easton Bush first. So that breaking ball doesn't break into the zone, and that will stay high for ball 1. Bush 1 for 2 in today's game, but obviously the first time facing Edwards. Edwards finds the strike zone for the first strike of the AB. High to zone, and the first hitter will occupy first for the Falcons here in the top of the 6th.
Coming to the plate, DH number 18, Dallin Higgins.
So first runner reaches, Dallin Higgins into the box. Edwards will work from the stretch. Pickoff move to first. Dug up by Michael Ravel. Higgins, the DH in today's game, hitting for Trevor Kaiser. First pitch strike delivered to the DH. Another pick attempt over to first. Foul down the left field line, and the count is 0-2 on Higgins. Ball high in his own, first ball of the at-bat. Higgins stays alive. One high. He was count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes here on Higgins. An 0-2 start, runs full here from Edwards. Runner at first is Easton Bush. 3-2 count here to Higgins. Connects with that one, lifts that one to center field. Caden Castro will be under it and squeeze it for the first out.
Stepping in, second baseman number 1, Gavin Towndrow.
Gavin Towndrow now stepping in, the bottom of the Hanford order. Score updates from around the MCC. Kamaikan with a 6-1 lead over Hermiston in the top of the 5th. That one down in Oregon. Runner goes, throw from Hayden Galloway in time to get the runner Easton Bush trying to steal second. So 2 gone here in the top of the 6th. Great throw there by Galloway. And a tag applied by Upmeyer for the second out. Other scores in Pasco and East Pasco, 9-2 Walla Walla over the Bulldogs in the top of the 5th. As that one is dribbled to Woodard at third, he gathers and fires over to first, but over Ravel's head and to the fence. And Towndrow will take second on the error from Jackson Woodard. Top of the 6th has gone back and forth. Runners reaching, runners throwing out, trying to steal, and then the error by Woodard puts Towndrow at second with Rowe up to the plate. First pitch strike delivered from Edwards. Finishing our MCC update, Chiawana taking the lead from Southridge in West Pasco, 4-3 in the top of the 7th. Southridge did have a 3-1 lead in that one in the 4th. That one connected high and deep to left center field. Calling Brandon off as Castro for out number 3. So the Falcons threaten but can't push runs across. We go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Still knotted at 4 here from Bomber Field.
Leading out for the Bombers, left field number 24, Jake Brennan.
Welcome back to Bomber Field. We go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Jake Brandon leading things off for Richland. Trevor Kaiser still on the hill for Hanford. Brandon connects with that one, but fouls it off into the Fran Risch Stadium parking lot for strike one. Kaiser at 84 pitches, that one being the 85th to lead off the 6th. It's 1-2 here on Brandon. Look for Kaiser to go breaking ball away. And he does here for ball 2. He's going to follow the same pattern. Looking for a high fastball here to Brandon. That one fouled away. So 2 balls and 2 strikes here on Brandon. Tie ball game in the bottom of the 6th. That one fouled away again into the parking lot. And nails a car, our first car of the season, hit by a foul ball here at Fran Risch. Brandon another 2-2 from Kaiser. Fouled away again, and Brandon stays alive. Another 2-2. That one chopped to the left side, just off the glove of the third baseman, Worley. And Brandon will reach base safely to lead off the 6th inning. Brandon stays alive long enough to put one in play and off the glove of Worley for a base hit.
Third baseman number 2, Jackson Woodard.
Now Jackson Woodard will be in the box. He'll try to lay down a bunt. It gets down. Brandon doesn't go immediately to second base, though. Jacob Brandon stuck between second and first on that one, but did get to second safely as Kaiser decided to throw Woodard out at first. And Woodard does his job by moving the runner over 90 feet.
Stepping in,
And here comes Braylon Edwards.
Braylon Edwards.
Edwards takes first pitch strike here from Kaiser. Edwards 2 for 3 today. His 4th time facing the senior right-hander. That one high and inside for ball 1. Kaiser has 10 more pitches to play with here. He just threw his 95th here to Edwards. One outside and a ball for his 96th. That one just over Kaiser's head, but Kaiser snags it, and now we got a pickle between second and third. Will Worley over to the shortstop, getting Brandon. Brandon, the clock between the pickle, staying alive so far, as Kaiser will have the ball and he'll tag out. See if he still has the ball in his glove. Kaiser is safe as he dropped the ball trying to tag Jacob Brandon. And now Kaiser is down after the pickle. So comes some concern here for the senior Righty Kaiser tried to dive and tag out Brandon. They ended up dropping the ball in the process. Head coach Jamie Miracle is going to discuss it with the field umpire. So it looks like after all that, Brandon will be out at second. So as we're still paused here after the tag out from Trevor Kaiser. Looks like Kaiser will come out of the game and won't pitch anymore. He will instead, looks like he's got a first base glove on. We'll go to first base, and Dexter McDonald will come in to pitch for the Falcons. So tag was applied correctly. The ball popped out when Kaiser landed. So there's a runner at first here with 2 down.
Now pitching for Hanford, number 7, Dexter McDonald.
So the final line here for Trevor Kaiser is he exits the game 5 2/3 innings pitched, 6 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them were earned, 1 walk and 7 strikeouts, 97 pitches, 63 of those were strikes. And in steps Dexter McDonald. Dexter McDonald this season, 7 innings pitched, 9 hits, 9 runs, 9 of those runs all were earned. 5 walks, 7 ERA for Dexter McDonald, and 6 strikeouts this season. It's been the primary number 2 for the Falcons in their 3 games thus far this season. Give McDonald a chance to warm up, and we'll be right back here with a continuation of the bottom of the 6th here on Atomic TV. So after an extended pause here, after Kaiser exits due to injury, tagging out Brannon. 2 down, runner on at first. That is Braylon Edwards, and we'll have a pinch hitter for Richland in Bennett Clark.
Pinch hitting for the Bombers, number 10, Bennett Clark.
Clark, a sophomore, pinch hitting for Colson Mackey. Leadoff attempt at first, not in time to get Edwards. Bennett swings through that one and quickly falls 0-2 to McDonald. The 0-2, Bennett flies that one to the right-hand side and out of play. Another 0-2. Clark flies that one to center field, but Perks will be under it, and we'll squeeze it for out number 3. So no runs in the bottom half of the 6th for the Richland Bombers. We go to the top of the 7th, all knotted at 4 here from Bomber Field. Welcome back to Bomber Field. We go to the top half of the 7th inning, all knotted up at 4.
Leading off the 7th for the Falcons, number 11, Asa Perks.
Leading off for the Falcons will be Asa Perks. He'll face Braylon Edwards, who stays in the ball game for Richland. Perks 1 for 3 today. Takes first pitch strike from Edwards. In the zone, but dropped by Galloway for strike 2. The 0-2 from Edwards. Outside, strike 3 called. And the first batter is sat down by Edwards to lead off the 7th inning.
Coming to the late, right field number 17, Ty Repko.
So Ty Repko will step into the box for Hanford. Ty Repko takes that pitch high and deep to left field, but in foul territory. Can Brandon make the catch? He cannot, as it barely pops out of his glove. A great play there. Great attempt by Jacob Brandon. So an 0-1 count here on Repko. Repko is 2 for 3 on the day with 2 runs scored. But he's facing Edwards for the first time. Breaking ball in there for strike 2. Just like that, Repko goes 0-2 on Edwards. Dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Outside, evens the ball up at 2-2. High fastball misses above the zone. The count runs full here on Repko. Here with 1 down. The 3-2. That's skied to the left-hand side. Under it is Woodard, and he'll make the catch for out number 2.
Coming to the plate, first baseman number 9, Dalton Jenkins.
So Dalton Jenkins will now step in for Hanford. 2 down here in the top of the 7th. Breaking ball doesn't break enough out of the hand of Edwards. And it's ball 1. That one fouled over the press box for strike 1. Jenkins 0 for 2 today. Chops that one to Upmeyer. Upmeyer fields it and throws over to first in time for out number 3. So the Falcons go 1, 2, 3 here in the top. We go to the bottom, all tied up at 4 here from Bomber Field.
Leading off the 7th, second base, number 23, Dylan Parrott.
Welcome back to Bomber Field. The Falcons 4, the Bombers 4. Heading into the bottom half of the 7th inning. And the leadoff man for Richland is going to be the top of the order, and that's going to be Dylan Parrott. Facing Dexter McDonald for the first time. But Parrott, 2 for 3 today. Takes first pitch strike from Dexter McDonald. Just like that, he goes 0-2. Parrott fights that one off, foul ball. And we'll see an 0-2 pitch again here from McDonald. Outside ball 1 here at Parrott. Swinging strike 3 from McDonald, or from Parrott on the McDonald pitch, and 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th.
Coming to the plate, center fielder number 6, Caden Castro.
I'll bring up Caden Castro for the Bombers. 0 for 2 today with a run scored. He reached on a hit by pitch. He hits that one to Kaiser at first. Kaiser bobbles it, and it gets past him, and Castro will reach first on the error from Kaiser. So 2 Falcon errors on the day. Make it 9 on the year for the purple and gold. Castro reaches, 1 down, Upmeyer in the box.
Carter Upmeyer.
That one hitting to the shortstop. Rowe flips it over to second for out number 1. There's 2 down on the Upmeyer grounder to Rowe.
Now batting first baseman number 26, Michael Rofel.
So Castro tagged out at second. Force play at second. 2 down here for Ravel at the plate. Runner at first is Upmeyer. Pickoff attempt to first. Upmeyer back in time. Michael rolls over that one. Diving play by the second baseman. Thrown away. And Michael Ravel will reach first. And that will push Upmeyer over to third. And now Ravel is down at first after colliding with Kaiser. Michael Ravel stands back up. Looks like he'll might stay in the game at first, but head coach Grant Richardson over at first base, and we'll get a runner for Michael Ravel. I believe it'll be Drayson Elfring.
Starting at first base, number 11, Drayson Elfring.
So the third Falcon error of the game lets Ravel reach first on the grounder to second, and Upmeyer is 90 feet away at third. 2 down here for Caden Galloway.
Now batting catcher number 5, Hayden Galloway.
Galloway steps in for Richland 0 for 2 today. They started the season off at a .455 average. He'll face McDonald for the first time. First pitch, inside corner for strike one. Galloway takes that, puts that in left field, and that will be the ball game. Hayden Galloway with a walk-off single for the 5-4 victory for your Bombers over the Hanford Falcons. Hayden Galloway wins it on the RBI single, scoring Carter Upmeyer to win the ball game for Richland 5-4 over the crosstown rival Hanford Falcons. The Bombers improved to 2-2 on the season. The Falcons dropped their first of the season and now have a 3-1 record. So the win goes to Braylon Edwards of the Richland Bombers, and the loss goes to Dexter McDonald of the Hanford Falcons. Bombers scoring 5 runs on 7 hits and 1 error. Hanford scoring 4 runs on 6 hits and 3 errors. Next up for the Richland Bombers is at Kennewick in Roy Johnson Field this Friday at 4 and 6 o'clock against the Kennewick Lions, And then we'll battle Hanford again in the return trip to North Richland on April the 1st at 5 o'clock. That is during spring break. So we wish everybody a good spring break here from Bomber Field as the Bombers take the victory in the first game of 2 scheduled between these two teams by a score of 5-4. Thank you for tuning in and making Bomber Baseball and Bomber Athletics on Atomic TV, and tuning in all season long to all the sporting events we cover here on the channel. We say so long and good afternoon and good evening from Bomber Field. The Bombers win by a score of 5-4. Signing off is Tate Meyer, and as always, go Bombers.
Let's see a good thing.